for making me a part of their family. Unfortunately, Ritesh is not here. Ritesh, there is some bereavement in his family. So from my side, I hope everything gets well. I'm meeting him for the first time. I have not met him before. So as I said, it's a pleasure and honor to be part of this brand, and hopefully together we take this forward.
So my first question is that only that you are known for your leadership and sporting discipline. So what was it about this particular snacks brand and its vision that convinced you to come on board as the brand ambassador?
Firstly they wanted me as a brand ambassador. That is most important because and then the vision comes in. So when I met Ritesh 3-4 months back, maybe earlier than that, and our friend here. And I met him after that many a number of times. He somehow occupies the Taj lobby more than anybody else. So, when they came and said, they're a newly launched company and they started in 2020 and want to expand, and the products they make, and they said that they wanted me to be a part of it. I was very happy. Then we went through the product portfolio of what happens, what they do, where are the factories, and then realized that it's been a fast-growing brand. And the best part of it is that I've endorsed so many brands over such a long period of time. Since 1996 I played for India. The best part of this association is they're a growing one, and I have been part of growing brands for a long period of time. And before I entered this room, I was sitting with my friend and he was asking me about my steel company. I said, we started in 2008 when we were nothing. We did 25 crores for the first year, and then in the last 18 years we've become a very, very successful brand. So that's the happiness or the satisfaction of getting some attached to something which is growing. Although they have grown quite a bit since 2020 when they started their factories and started distribution. They're a major brand in the eastern part of India, the northeastern part of India. So they are growing, and that's the best thing to be a part of. To make someone successful in your journey. I have endorsed brands. I still do, like someone like Coca-Cola, who's been there for so many years. I've been with them for 15 years. That's another way of looking at it. But having associated with Annapurna, if in the next 5 years they come and say that we've grown 3 times in the next 5 years, that is where the satisfaction is.
So as you rightly said, sir, it's a very fast-growing company. So my next question, Shriram sir, is to you. जब हम बात करते हैं बड़ी फास्ट ग्रोइंग कंपनी है, तो हमारे अगले 5 सालों का विजन क्या है?
2020 से अभी तक अपने लास्ट ईयर वी क्लोज समवेयर अराउंड 400 करोड़ इन टर्म्स ऑफ टॉप लाइन, एंड लास्ट ईयर वी आल्सो एक्वायर्ड अ कंपनी इन इंदौर व्हिच इज इनटू चॉकलेट्स. सो देयर इज ह्यूज पोटेंशियल. और अभी भी हमारे रूरल बेल्ट वगैरह में ना बहुत ज़्यादा पोटेंशियल है जो कि लोगों को समझ में नहीं आती है. और एक्चुअल ग्रोथ ऑफ इकोनॉमी रूरल से ही आती है क्योंकि बेस वहीं पे है. तो व्हाट वी सी, एंड वी आर वेरी थैंकफुल, दादा ने हमारा ऑफर स्वीकार किया एंड ही केम ऑन बोर्ड विद अस, एंड वी हैव सीन कि पीपल इन बंगाल, वी हैव बेसिकली वेस्ट ईस्टर्न पार्ट ऑफ इंडिया फोकस्ड कंपनी. सो दादा की इमेज, दादा का जो अपना एक रहा है शुरू से, उसके हेल्प से कंपनी कैसे स्केल करती है. So we are very, very thankful, and we hope in next 5 years, as what Dada said, if we able to scale our company to more than 1,000 crore in terms of top line, we would be very happy.
So there was one question from the media people. They wanted to know how difficult or easy it is to hire Sourav Ganguly as a brand ambassador.
It was
not in terms of money. They did not ask in terms of money, but the kind of efforts that you had to put in getting in touch with his team, and how many meetings that you had to go through.
This entire thing was organized by Ritesh because he was taking the lead of this entire thing. But as we discussed, it was not very difficult. Dada was approachable. He used to listen, so he used to discuss. So that way it was a very kind of a homely gesture where we get into.
Right. Zara, my next question is to you. In an age when celebrities endorse multiple brands and they have their own product choices, what are the key factors that you evaluated while selecting this snack brand products? It could be taste, quality, target audience. What stood out for you? Or the authenticity of the owners?
It's what they make, and that's very important. And the quality, quality of the product, taste of the product. As he said, they've sold, they have a revenue of 400 crores a year, and just being on the eastern part of India. And I'm sure they will, with time, they will go to other parts of the country as well. So to sell 400 crores in 3 or 4 years is not easy. So that means it's acceptable, because just like everything in life, there's competition. There's somebody else making the same products and trying to sell it. So you fight the market, you compete, and then sell your products. So there is acceptability. So that's one. And then you push it. Then you push, and I presume that I'm probably the first ambassador to the company.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So as it happens with everyone, you start, you progress for a while, and then you push the marketing part of it so that it reaches more people. That's what happens to all consumer brands. And for me, I've actually tasted their products. They're available cheap in various price gender. I think they have packets worth 10 rupees also. 5 rupees also. So that's what makes it affordable. As he said, they want to expand to the villages where people want to have this. It's a quick fill up and take it from there. I will always emphasize on the quality of the product, and that is something which should happen year after year. It's not just that you do it for once and then look after it. Don't look after it for the future. That's the only way they're going to get acceptable. Everything in life is about quality. Whether you do a film, whether you play cricket, whether you make products, it's about the quality of the product, which ultimately survives in the long run. And I think Annapurna, I'm sure with time we'll focus on that, and obviously I'll have my inputs. They are expanding in other businesses as well, which you will get to know in the months to come, and that's what it is. My good wishes to them. I feel everything in life is for a long haul. You don't do anything for 3 or 4 years, whether it's sports, whether it's business, or whether it's anything you do. You want to remain in the system and want to grow. And I think that should be their goal for the years to come.
My takeaway from the entire conversation will be the quality, as you said, that the quality अगर रहती है चीजों में तो वो बहुत आगे जाती है. Sir, Shriyam sir, my next question is to you. According to you, हमारे दादा Sourav Ganguly sir, apart from being the brand ambassador of the brand, what else does he bring on the table? Does he bring his business mind as well and tell you कि आपको कब कितना कहाँ कैसे expand करना है?
See, इनका नाम अपने आप में इतना बड़ा है कि इनके एसोसिएशन से और वो एक ट्रस्ट फैक्टर मार्केट में बिल्टअप हो जाता है ग्रोइंग कंपनी के लिए. When you get this name and fame kind of a brand ambassador for your company, people start looking at it at a different level, because there are a lot of evaluations which have already passed. Then you reach to this level. So getting into market more deeper makes much more easier. Let's take an example of other FMCG companies, as Dada mentioned. Even Coca-Cola, being the largest Coke company, needs somebody as a brand ambassador to go to the next level.
Right.
So when you want to go to the next level, this is just a transition phase which we are going through. And with a name like Mr. Ganguly, we would be able to reach whatever we target about.
दादा एक जो आगे हमरा
Don't get me wrong. I have heard this. Few of my friends and colleagues who go to shops. I endorse lights, steel, and everything. So it happens at a stage where they say, "You Dada wala brand."
Wow.
Ultimately, it gets that connect. Not just with me, but with successful people. Dhoni wala, Rohit wala, Shahrukh wala. So that attachment gets created to the brand. And having said that, as I said, I've been involved with brands for 15 years. 16 years. I've been with them and seen them grow, and the association has continued. So I think the association of the individual with the product is very, very important. And I think that happens over a period of time.
And as we got to know that you're the first ambassador, and I hope to see you being the only ambassador for the brand, and the brand grows like multi-folds. That is what I wish and I pray for.
Yeah, and my only request to them is try and produce as much as sugar-free products on time, so that we can all have it. And I'm sure that I'll keep pushing.
All products are spicy products, sir.
Yeah. Spicy can still be sugar-free.
Yeah.
Mirchi honi chahiye, but sugar nahi honi chahiye.
Right. So একটু আগে যে আমরা কথা বলছিলাম 5 টাকার স্ন্যাক এবং 10 টাকার স্ন্যাক্স, we want to hear a story from you, Dada. We literally had to, during your early childhood days, जब हमारे हाथ में पैसे भी नहीं हुआ करते थे, সেই সময়টার যদি কথা বলি, ওই 5 টাকার একটা স্ন্যাকের জন্য কতটা স্ট্রাগল করতে হয়েছিল, কোনো গল্প বা কোনো কথা মনে পড়ে? আমি চুরি করেছিলাম বাড়ি থেকে।
Luckily with family background and family support, there wasn't a struggle. But I remember when I used to go to school, my grandfather used to give me 2 rupees as pocket money every morning. We had this ritual of going to the puja room because my grandfather and grandmother used to be there. So say to them that I'm going to school. I used to study in St. Xavier's, and this I'm talking class 5, class 6, class 7. And they used to give me 2 rupees. And in those days, 5 puchkas were available for 25 paisa. You know, I've been to England for my first trip in 1988, 89, under 15, and gone to England to play. Sachin was there and Rahul was there. You know, Coke used to be 10 pence, which is unthinkable. You know, I've spent an entire tour because of that age on Mars bar and Coke in a tuck shop in colleges and school where we used to go and play. And that life had enormous amount of fun. You know, with that 2 rupees, I would eat fuchka, I would eat chips, I would eat churran, and still maybe it become 2 rupees 25 paisa, 2 rupees 50 paisa, and say that I'll come back and pay tomorrow. So I used to study in St. Xavier's, and everything used to be opposite the college gate and the school gate. So that life had a lot of fun, and you know, there's no thought about earning money. Everything was provided for. There's no responsibilities, just to go to school half the time, play football, play cricket, eat. My grandfather used to pay for everything. You know, there used to be a dosha shop very close to where I used to live. Half the days I didn't have money, I would eat and go. And my grandfather, when he would come back from office in the night, pay the bills and go back home. So I've seen that life, the fun bit of it. But with time, you know, priorities change, your thinkings change, and the world has grown. Everything has grown, but that's with everything. My first pay slip for playing for Bengal was 400 rupees. And I used to be so happy playing. So, you know, times make new things, times give you new opportunities, and you move on.
Just off the record, Dada, did you continue the ritual with Sana as well by giving her pocket money?
Yeah, but the zeros were a bit more.
Okay, so now, Dada, अब हम हमारे स्नैक के साथ में आपके क्रिकेटिंग करियर को थोड़ा मिक्स करके wanted to ask you a few questions. So Shriram Bagla sir is going to ask you a few questions. These are all rapid fire questions, and we expect a very quick answer from you for this.
वो भी दादा स्टाइल में
बिल्कुल
शॉर्ट्स। मैं आपको स्नैक के नाम बताऊंगा, आप उसे क्रिकेट से रिलेट कीजिएगा।
हाँ, बोलिए।
दादा, आपकी लाइफ का सबसे बड़ा जैकपॉट रिंगा मोमेंट कौन सा था?
सबसे बड़ा जैकपॉट मोमेंट जब मैं पहला टेस्ट खेला और 100 बनाया. I always say that that's the biggest moment of my life because it made me feel that I could play at that level. Everything first is very, very special. I'm sure when you cross the first year of your business and you did well, you'll remember that for the rest of your life. You'll grow, the numbers will be bigger, you'll become more successful, but that first year will always be special.
Now, the next question is from my side. Between a match and a meal, what was tough to control, your team or your hunger?
Both. Because, you know, we used to get up at 7 in the morning and go for a test match. So by the time 12 o'clock used to come lunchtime, and by chance you're fielding and Matthew Hayden is batting, he made you run the ground so much that by the time lunch came, you needed to eat. And the best lunches were provided in the dressing rooms, whether you went to South India, North India, East India, the lunches were best. And you never worried at the age of 21, 22, 23 what to eat. Because whatever you ate, you went back to the field in the sun and ran and trained and everything went out of the system. So ate everything, and that was the best bit of playing, that you did not worry about what to eat and when to eat.
So that time you were not thinking about sugar as well?
No, at the age of 23, never ever. I used to only have sugar.
Sir?
Yeah. So, Dada, when you were captain, who was the most diet Chirwa player, light in weight but heavy on performance?
Who was light in weight and heavy on performance? That's a good question. Light in weight. Maybe a young Harbhajan Singh, thin and skinny and wiry, but was a tremendous competitor on the field. I think Harbhajan Singh was Ajit Agarkar. Yes, when he came in, was very skinny and slim, but bold, a very good pace. So I think I would go for Ajit Agarkar because of what he was. He's still very thin, when I see him now, it still looks like a college boy. He's a chairman of the selectors, but he was very thin and skinny when he came in to play for India.
Okay. And who was the biggest foodie in your team?
Oh, everyone. You know, I cannot pinpoint at someone and say he did not eat, because as you said, in those days when you play 8-9 months a year, nothing stays in your system. You know, your fat percentage in the body is bare minimum, in spite of eating all the wrong food like a butter chicken, a biryani, crabs, prawns. But playing for India and the amount of training, I was just telling him, you know, when I was sitting outside, that I used to run 20 laps of Eden Gardens when I played for India. And many of these journalists who are here, some of them have actually grown older, have seen it. You know, when I was dropped in 2006, I used to run 20 laps of Eden Gardens every day to come back fit and get better. So nothing would stay in the system. So you run and go back and eat everything and still be fit. And age, you know, when you're young, when you're 25, 26, 27, 30, your systems are different.
मतलब मौके से बड़े कम मिलते हैं जब हम आपके प्रति अपना प्यार दिखा पाएं. So the moment you said that, you know, when you were dropped, you were taking 20 laps of Eden Garden. I just want to stand and clap for you.
Yeah, I worked very hard. You know, I still have pictures because, and I played for so long, and I was about 30 when I got dropped. I made my debut in 23. I was 23 years old and I got dropped for the first time when I was 34. 33, 34. So 10 years I had played without any blip, and I had to come back. I used to put parachutes in my bag. I used to tie myself up with parachutes and run. And fitness regimes had just started to become very strong. You know, when I first went to England in 1996, I never knew where a gym was. In 3 months, I had gone to the gym maybe twice, and I had the best of the toes. I got back-to-back test hundreds. I got runs in every warm-up game. I got runs in the one-day game I played. I was player of the tournament, but went to the gym 2 days in that entire series. And when I played for 10 years, and then had to keep up with the system. You know, training had changed completely, just like everything in life. You know, with time things change. You see from how the digital world has progressed, what has social media become. You know, so times have changed, and training and fitness things have changed. So I've seen the transformation from Test cricket, 50-over cricket to 20-over cricket, and that's what life is.
In the moment you mentioned digital, I just wanted to know from Dada, are you also this addict like us?
Little bit.
Little bit.
I'm trying to get out of it, but क्या करें, इतने अच्छे reels बनाते हैं तो क्या करें, देखना ही तो पड़ेगा. The amount of reels I saw about Ma Durga in the last 10 days, it's unbelievable. And I've never seen anything more beautiful and more prettier. और reels इतने अच्छे बनाते हैं, and now when you go through this flickering, there's a lot of fitness things on the media, weight training, app training, running. I follow it actually. I download it and keep doing it for different stages.
And the creators don't even know that Dada is actually following their regime.
I do. Actually do it. It's changed a little bit. At the end of the day, you still have to do the work to get fitter. But I do.
We have a few more questions left, sir.
So, simple, consistent and evergreen. That is Moong Dal. If Moong Dal were a player, which Indian cricketer would it be? Who is simple, consistent and evergreen?
There were some heavyweights in the team, Sachin, Rahul, Anil. They were simple, consistent and evergreen. But I think their value was a bit more to a Moong Dal. So I would still name them because they were simple, consistent and evergreen.
There is another product which is called Tomatino, which sounds spicy and tangy. Who was the one bowler who always brought that spice to your batting innings?
Glenn McGrath. Spicy and tangy, tall Glenn McGrath.
And have you ever tried a pre-match lucky snack before walking out to bat? Banana.
We wouldn't get chips in the dressing room. So there would be chips in the dressing room those days. So banana was one. Banana we would do some fruits. If it's after lunchtime and you haven't eaten much for lunch, eat a little bit of lunch. But banana was a very prominent snack.